Welcome to the video on making the smartest financial move at the end of a vehicle lease. First, we will set the stage. If your car is reliable and you are facing excess mileage or damage penalties, you might be closer to an ownership win than you think. Next, we will cover the myth of the lease trap, when buying out makes sense, and exactly how to execute it. Finally, we will wrap with quizzes and key takeaways so you leave with a clear plan. Here is our roadmap. First, we expose the lease trap myth. Then, we explain why buying the car at Lease End can be financially superior. Next, you will get a practical step-by-step execution plan. After that, we will compare costs side by side. Then, we emphasize critical rules that protect your long-term wealth. Finally, we use decision tools and quizzes, and we wrap up with action steps. Before we continue, a quick but important disclaimer. This content is educational and not individualized financial advice. Interest rates, taxes, and fees vary by location and lender. You should verify numbers with your lender and consider consulting a qualified financial professional. Do not liquidate retirement accounts to buy a car. Always ensure an emergency fund is in place before making major commitments. Now let's address the lease trap. Many drivers repeat leases to avoid maintenance worries, believing leasing always saves hassle. However, reliable cars can often exceed 200,000 miles with routine maintenance. Consequently, restarting a lease may lock you into perpetual payments and fees. If your current car is reliable and you know its history, moving from leasing to ownership can break this cycle and save substantially over time. Let's unpack why buying at Lease End can be strategic. First, locking in equity. If your buyout price is below the car's current market value, you effectively own value the moment you purchase. For example, if your residual is $15,000 and similar cars sell for $19,000, that $4,000 spread is real equity. Second, buying can eliminate fees. Excess mileage at 15 cents per mile adds up quickly, and you may also face disposition and cosmetic fees. Third, you already know the car's history. This reduces the risk of inheriting someone else's problems with a different used vehicle. Altogether, these factors can tilt the math in favor of buying out the lease. This flowchart visualizes the decision process. Start from the lease ending. First, compare the market value to the buyout price. If market value is greater than or equal to buyout, proceed to verify that you have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. If that is in place, confirm the vehicle is reliable with a known service history. If all conditions are satisfied, the recommended path is to buy out the lease, obtain pre-approval at a credit union, make a 20% down payment, and choose a 24 to 36-month term to become debt-free quickly. If market value is lower than buyout by more than about $1,000, or the car has reliability concerns, consider returning it or negotiating. If you lack an emergency fund, pause and build cash reserves before buying. Also, never liquidate retirement accounts and avoid long loan terms beyond 36 months. Here is the execution plan. First, request the official payoff quote from your lessor and capture the residual value, taxes, and any fees. Next, check market comparables across several sources and record actual listing or selling prices. Then, review maintenance records and consider a quick independent inspection to verify reliability. After that, obtain pre-approval at a credit union and compare annual percentage rates and overall costs with other lenders. Plan to put at least 20% down to minimize interest and maintain equity. Choose the shortest term you can comfortably afford, generally 24 to 36 months, and avoid long terms. Close the purchase by completing title, tax, and insurance steps, and set up automatic payments. Finally, accelerate the payoff when possible. And, once the loan is repaid, redirect the former payment toward savings and investments to build wealth. This table provides an illustrative comparison for the next 3 years. For the return and new lease option, we assume a $2,500 drive-off, a monthly payment of $420 for 36 months, totaling $15,120, and $1,900 of penalties from the old lease. There is no asset value at the end, so the net 3-year cost is $19,520. For the buyout scenario, we assume a $16,000 residual, with a 20% down payment of $3,200, approximately $1,200 for taxes and fees, a 36-month loan at around 6%, with a monthly payment near $389, totaling $14,004, and an estimated $10,000 vehicle value after 3 years. The net 3-year cost is $8,404. These numbers are examples only. Your actual figures will vary based on rates, taxes, and vehicle condition. Here is a comparison of credit union and dealer financing. Credit unions often offer lower interest rates, transparent fees, and fewer add-ons. Pre-approval gives you negotiating power and frequently provides straightforward, early payoff options. Dealers are convenient and sometimes offer captive finance incentives. However, dealerships may push add-on products and longer loan terms, which can increase overall cost. Carefully compare the annual percentage rate, total interest, term length, and any required add-ons before deciding. These are the guardrails that protect your long-term wealth. Do not liquidate retirement accounts such as a Roth IRA to purchase a depreciating asset. The lost compound growth can be extremely costly over time. Ensure you have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund before committing to a buyout. Aim for a down payment of at least 20% and choose the shortest affordable term, ideally 24 to 36 months, to eliminate debt quickly. Keep your total auto payments modest relative to your income. Maintain the vehicle diligently and plan to drive it for years after payoff. Also, review insurance rates periodically and keep maintenance on schedule to minimize surprises. This timeline illustrates how the strategy converts payments into ownership. At month 0, you complete the lease buyout. From months 1 through 24, you focus on aggressive principal reduction. Between months 24 and 36, the loan is nearly or fully paid off. At month 36, you reach the debt-free milestone. From years 3 through 10 and beyond, you continue driving a reliable vehicle with no payments and redirect the prior payment into savings and investments, accelerating your net worth. This mind map organizes key priorities around the buyout decision. The numbers branch includes market value versus buyout price, interest rates, and taxes or fees. The risk branch covers reliability, known history, and the value of obtaining a warranty or inspection as needed. The cash branch emphasizes having an emergency fund, a down payment of 20% or more, and a short loan term of 24 to 36 months. The rules branch reinforces not liquidating retirement accounts, avoiding extended loan terms, and managing insurance. The outcome branch highlights multiple debt-free years and retaining equity. Quiz time. Your residual price is $16,000, and the market value is approximately $19,000. What is the best move based purely on the numbers? Option A. Buy out the car to lock in about $3,000 in equity. Option B. Return the car and start a new lease to avoid maintenance. Option C. Return it and buy an unknown used car instead. Option D. Extend the lease and keep paying monthly. You may pause the video now to consider your answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section. The correct answer is to buy out the car to lock in roughly $3,000 of equity. When the market value exceeds the buyout price, purchasing captures that spread and typically avoids return fees, making this the financially superior choice in this scenario. Second quiz. Which action should you avoid? Option A. Using Roth IRA funds to make the down payment. Option B. Selecting a 24 to 36 month term. Option C. Getting pre-approved at a credit union. Option D. Building a 3 to 6 month emergency fund first. You may pause the video now to think about your answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section. The correct answer is using Roth IRA funds to make the down payment. Liquidating retirement accounts to purchase a depreciating asset sacrifices compound growth and is strongly discouraged. The other options align with the strategy of maintaining financial resilience and minimizing total cost. Here are the key takeaways. If market value is greater than or equal to the buyout, buying frequently provides an advantage by capturing equity. Avoid return-related fees such as mileage, disposition, and cosmetic charges. Do not tap retirement savings and ensure you have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Use competitive financing from a credit union with a substantial down payment and a short term. Finally, drive the car for many years after payoff to transform former payments into savings and investments. In summary, break the lease cycle when the numbers favor you by buying a reliable car you already know. Shorter terms and meaningful down payments speed up debt elimination. The real win arrives in the years after payoff, when driving a dependable car without payments allows you to redirect cash flow towards savings and investments, building resilience and flexibility. Thanks for watching. If this helped, please like the video, share it with someone approaching lease end, and subscribe for more practical money strategies. Share your scenario and questions in the comments, and we can walk through the numbers together.